फोकस ही नहीं हो रहा है।
दिव्या जी एक फोटो करा।
दिव्या जी एक सेकंड
एक्सक्यूज मी
जरा पीछे।
दिव्या जी यहाँ।
दिव्या जी स्टेज।
दिव्या जी यहाँ पे। दिव्या जी डांस करो।
दिव्या जी स्टेज।
दिव्या जी वन मोर हियर।
थैंक यू।
ग्रेजुएट। थोड़ा साइड।
बस यही से था ना।
Very good morning, all of you. I do see some very smiling faces. I'm not smiling right now because this wasn't what was promised to me. So I've come a little on a back foot here. I was ready for another panel, but this is a different one. But nevertheless, I'm sure I'll have fun with you guys discussing the subject, I think, which is very relevant. So welcome you all to Colosseum. Launched it for me. And it's a special book. I think all of us are very close to our mothers. And I lost her last year, and thought there's lots of memoirs that I wanted to talk about her and share her with the world. I think all of you know me as an actor and the roles I do, but probably you don't know me as a person and who I am and why I am, because and who made me what I am. So I think all that and more is shared in this book, which is called Me and Ma. Parents, I think, play a very important role in our lives, and this time when you're in college is the time when you're going to build up your dreams, when you know which direction you really want to go, and that's the time when you need the support of your parents. So many do why? How many of you? That's a lot of hands raised, yeah. So I think we need to kind of build up that gap. Your parents need to understand if your dreams are valid and they are, you know, they kind of sync with your parents. I think they should allow you to fly, to just open up your wings and just do what you really want to do. I come from a family of doctors, and I was the first one to tell my mother I don't want to be a doctor. And there was like loads of opposition from the entire family but my mother, and she said, so what do you want to be? And I said, I want to be an actor. So there was huge pin drop silence, and everyone stopped talking to my mother and for supporting me. And I was in Punjab, I'm not from Mumbai. So just nudging this little dream of being an actor, not knowing how to go in there, to come to the big city of films. I got selected in the Stardust Academy, which I got selected out of 50,000 candidates. And I came here for an audition, and there was Yash Chopra, there was Subhash Ghai, there was Shekhar Kapoor, all the who's who whose films I had grown up on were there on the jury, and I came to audition. And I was, I think, your age, all of about 18 or something. Dreams in my eyes, and just a mono act written by my mother because she believed I could pull that off. And I got selected in that. When I went back home, there was a scholarship lying for me to study further, and there was a rishta that came to me from a doctor in the US, which was like a great catch for any parent, and say, "Arey, bahar jayegi or doctor se shaadi hogi." And all I did was look at my mother and just wait what she had to decide for me. And she just looked at me and she said she's going to follow her dreams. So I think that really mattered to me, that my mother really believed in me. She backed me up on everything I wanted to do in life. And when your parents tell you, I'm there, I think that means the world to you. So I think I've been lucky that I could chase a profession that I really wanted to be a part of. I've been successful with that. So this is like a huge thank you to Mom for being the bestest parent that I could have. And all I would want to tell you guys is that don't follow what others are doing. Maybe your best friend is doing certain stuff, so you say, "Acha, main bhi kar leta hu," it's a comfort zone. But I would rather you do something that you really want to do, because that's where you'll really find success. So I would want to just share who are the representatives here. May I just call some of the students? I think this is the best way. This book has been launched and seen and read by many people, but nothing better than sharing it with students on this very special day. So, can I just... Where is he? He looks like a student himself. Yogesh sir, आइए. Sorry. And may I also have some students here with me? I would love to just... Hi. Just raise your hands and be with me. It's just an informal thing here. Who's coming? Yeah, please come. Come. Come, lovely. So please release this for me. Hi, why don't you come by? Hi. Open it.
पीछे पीछे
So it is. I think the best energy comes from the youth, and I'm doing all that, nothing better than a mother's emotions. And it's a beautiful thing to share it with you. It has a foreword by Shavana Azmi. I think she also really is very, very close to her mother. And I would love you guys to read it if you can lay your hands at it. I have a few copies out if you want. And you want me to read an excerpt, or would you? Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. So from my childhood or from my film days?
Childhood, both.
Come on, we have a panel here. So what? Childhood? What is it? Okay, I'll read a little from both. I was really nervous on my first day of school. The Sacred Heart Convent School was the biggest and the best in Ludhiana in those days. Dad and Ma had come to drop me on Dad's Lambretta scooter. How I loved standing in front of Dad on that scooter, the breeze brushing past my face and my parents behind me. I felt like a princess who owned the world, blissful. When I got off the scooter, the school building loomed large in front of me, and I felt like I was stepping into another world. So many children, so much noise and hustle bustle that I immediately felt lost. I looked back at my parents and Ma said, "We will be right here waiting for you." She smiled. I felt reassured. With a heavy heart, I went into the class. All the kids were laughing and playing. It looked like fun, but I was too eager to go back to my parents who were waiting for me, and to go have my favorite ice cream, shop with them, and then go home and play with Sindro, our domestic help's daughter, who had become very close to. Somehow I settled in, feeling alone amongst the many children. Finally, when the school bell rang, I ran out looking for Ma and Dad. Dad had decided to play a prank on me, and he asked Ma to hide. I kept looking around. Where were they? How could they have not waited for me? Why had they left me when Ma had promised that she wouldn't go anywhere? My little mind was filled with scary thoughts, and my anguish knew no bounds. Then suddenly, I felt a warm embrace. It was Ma. She had sensed my panic and immediately came and hugged me. I pushed her away, howling, "Never ever leave me alone like that. Never." She hugged me tighter and said, "Never, beta. Never ever." She never did. In fact, her support is what I could always count on, no matter what. Ma called me her princess, and I believed I was one. So one day when the school teacher came to class to cast for the role of a princess for the annual day play, the little me sat very confidently, thinking I was the right person for it. As the teacher took rounds of the class to pick the prettiest of them all, I knew she'd come and stop in front of me. But she stopped even before reaching my bench. The girl in front of me was asked to get up, and she was chosen. I was heartbroken. The teacher had missed selecting the real princess. She hadn't even looked at me. Maybe she hadn't seen me. So I made one last effort. I raised my hand and said, "Ma'am, I'm here." She looked at me very amused and said, "No, child, I found my princess." Needless to say, I was howling. I also went back to Ma to report about the teacher, who didn't seem to know my real identity. I was inconsolable. Ma sat with me on her lap and wiped the tears off my face. Divu, that was my name. Divu beta, she said gently. You are my princess, exclusively, only for me. Why would I share such a lovely princess with the teacher? You rule my world, and you're needed here. So brighten my world, and let the teacher cast you in another role, another time. Those words made the 5-year-old me understand the mystery behind it all. Yes, I was the real princess, Ma's princess, so special and so loved. Yeah, I could probably let the teacher choose me for something else another time. Until then, I was happy sitting on this lap, my kingdom. If we have time later, we'll do the excerpts again, but I think we should start the panel. Should we? Yeah? And thank you for all the love, for all the applause, and wish you all the very best. Go chase your dreams. That's what I learned from my mother, and I'm passing it on to you.
I would just like to say a few things. Divya, thank you for reading that out, and what you shared as your first audition. You performed what your mom had written. So that's quite, and this story as well, that's quite symbolic, right? The foundation was laid by your mom and then you took off from there. So a lot of lessons. I'm super excited to read the book now, and I just became a father, so a lot of lessons to take from your mother. And just to share one thing, you were the part of one of my favorite films, that is Welcome to Sajjanpur, and I think you stand by the character, and you have, without any godfathers or godmothers in the industry, you have achieved what you have, and you stand by the vintage dialogue in the film which says hamara life kona life nahi hai. Thank you.
भाई साइड हो जाते रहो तुम लोग.
As a model, she is best known for her role of Simran, a woman who has strong beliefs and is confident.
She has yet to come due to some inconvenience, but we welcome her as soon as she's here. Next we welcome Ms. Shubhangi Mehrotra. Yeah. The lead actress in the movie Call for Fun, also a dancer and a model. She's here because she strongly believes that every girl should be given equal opportunities in every field and should be allowed to do and pursue whatever they want. Here we have Ms. Shubhangi Mehrotra with us. Yeah, we would like to welcome you, ma'am, on stage for... We also have here with us Ms. Mehak Arora from an NGO who also supports the cause of women empowerment. Ma'am, please come on stage. my very first question would be to all of you, in which all of us would like to hear a certain personal experience that you faced, in which you felt that you were oppressed as a woman and you couldn't really, stand up for yourself.
Yes, so I would like to share it with you all. I'm actually a YouTuber. I just started my channel and it was kind of very hard for me because I am a girl and my channel is about fashion and lifestyle vlog. So I need to use clothes, and that's where the biggest thing came, that you have to wear good clothes in your videos. Only then you can post the videos. So it was kind of very irritating because I have to show the youth what kind of clothes you have to wear for which occasion, for which place, for whatever. So it was very, like, my parents used to tell me, see, you have to see, like, are you gonna wear Indian clothes or you're gonna wear Western clothes? And Western clothes has a limit. Above that, I have faced body shaming a lot. Everyone faces it, right? I guess everyone did. Then you? Yeah. So I am kind of, like, everyone sees, I am skinny, I'm not thin. So people used to tell me not to wear this. Why do you wear this? Mehek, do one thing, gain weight and then start posting videos. I guess then you'll get more views. I really don't need views. I'm doing it as a passion. I'm doing economics honors, plus I'm in an NGO. That's what I need. I don't need your suggestion over my body. That's my body and I know how to handle it well. So that's what my experience is.
So firstly, I would like to begin by saying it's such an honor to be sharing a panel with Divya ma'am, with established people like Ishita and Mehek. And so not really oppressed, but when I wanted to start, I just started out in this industry. I'm very new to this industry, but of course when I told people that I want to act and I want to come in movies, I want to come in ads, first reaction was, oh, that's not a place girls should be in, It's a place for boys, it's okay because, they're not really going to be looked at in a certain way, or society will not shame them. But for a girl to be in this industry, it's a complete no-no. So that's one of the places where I faced, and I was like, why? It's my choice, what I want to do. And I don't think that this is a place where, girls should not be in. Every girl should be allowed to pursue what she wants to. So yeah, that's where I felt a certain level of oppression. I wouldn't call it oppression, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to share two incidents. Of course, when we talk about, abuse, violence, of course, many of us have faced it, and anybody who's traveled in a local train or even a BST bus would know what goes on there, because you get touched, you get groped, you get molested. Not all of it is intentional, but I'd like to share one funny incident and one serious incident. So the funny one is, I came to Mumbai when I was about 11 years old. And I have an older brother, and we had come to this city and we were very naive and innocent because we had come from a small town. Now when we came here, we got introduced to the world of slang, and we learned all these English galis and all. So one day when I was coming in the bus, I happened to get touched, and I must have screamed back in English, and of course the guy who was the oppressor found it very fascinating. So I had become more sexy because I was abusing in English, and it didn't work very well. When I came back home, I shared this with my brother, and he taught me a really funny thing. So he said, "To tune kya kiya?" I said, "Maine gali diya." So he said, "Kya gali diya?" So I told him the English expletive that I had uttered, and he said, "Na bhai, Hindi mein gali de. Uska asar kuch alag hi hota hai." I don't want to encourage everybody to start abusing, but I did try that, some really nasty Hindi galis, and it worked.